This is a view of International Bridge 1 going into Eagle Pass, Texas. And what you see straight ahead is the parking lot at the base of Rio Grande Street and Ryan Street. Now, the cars are mostly gone now because the pulga starts early in the morning and ends early in the day, but that parking lot fills up entirely with cars during the pulgas on Mondays and Friday morning. Here in the foreground, you can see the area that the state of Texas has fenced in, and they put their air-conditioned tents and their generators. This area is very noisy, and it has all of the soldiers protected from the heat of the day. Also in the foreground, you can see the Rio Grande River, and you can see the concertina wire, and you can see the shipping containers. On top of the shipping containers are hog panel fences, and there's another line of another line of concertina wire on top of those. Now you can see the vehicles of the National Guard who are parked there, and you can also see the Shelby Park boat ramp. And at this point in time, the only boat trailers are for Customs and Border Patrol, National Guard, and Department of Public Safety. The boat that you see at the Shelby Park boat ramp is a government boat. The people of Eagle Pass do not have access to the boat ramp, and we do not have access to any of the river. I'm going to zoom in now. So what we're seeing right here is a zoomed in view of the Shelby Park boat ramp. From here you can't see it, but there is actually a fence that separates the river from the ramp itself. And then at the top of the ramp, there's another fence that separates the ramp from the parking lot. Now you're going to see two dumpsters, and the area by the dumpsters is actually barricaded, and the community cannot access on that dirt road there. And then there are the shipping containers with the hog panel fencing on top and the concertina wire, and then there's concertina wire above the river. You can also see in this photo the heavy erosion. At one point in time, the state of Texas was bulldozing the banks and using heavy machinery to scrape the banks, but the erosion has been so bad, they've stopped doing that. So you can see the parking lot with all of the vehicles. These vehicles used to be in the Shelby Park boat ramp. Now they're parked on top of the playing fields that the children of Eagle Pass used to play on. And the damage they're doing to that field is going to take generations to redo. So generally we see a soldier sitting by this tree keeping watch, but we don't see any soldiers there right now. A closer up view of the tents. The tents are run by generator, and my understanding is they have full video game systems set up in there so that they can pass the time while they're getting hazard pay in Eagle Pass. Again, Eagle Pass is in the United States. We are one of the safer towns in the entire United States, but we have armed guards deployed to our city park, and they spend their days inside of these air-conditioned tents playing video games and playing on their phones. You can see the containers. You can also see how the herbicide has killed the carizo along the U.S. side of the banks. And what's a little bit harder to see is how much concertina wire there is between the water and the shipping containers. So, but what you can see are the mounds and mounds and mounds of concertina wire. Now, this is heavy stainless steel, and it requires special training and equipment to remove this. So what you're looking at is hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in this one spot in front of this one shipping container. And it's dangerous. It's hazardous to humans, it's hazardous to animals, and it's virtually impossible for somebody untrained to remove it. And then we'll continue on through looking at the river. So, looking at the river. So, okay. I'm going to zoom out so you can get a much bigger sense of what we're looking at. So I am standing on the Mexican side of the river, and you can see the Gran Plaza here, and you can see directly below me what's called the Paseo del Rio. You can see the murals, and you can see that it's very popular with families. There's a playground along here. In the background, there's a football stadium, and this is a very popular place on weekends and holidays for people to come and enjoy their time. However, the United States, we're not able to enjoy the same resource because the state of Texas has taken it away from us.